Hey guys, me myself and Daquan. Today we are back with 10 most disturbing text messages ever received. Um, this is probably one of the first creepy videos I'm doing on this channel. Besides like trailers and stuff. Like, yeah, when I saw this, like the thumbnail for it, I'm just like, I have to do this. Like I have to. I never received a creepy text messages. Like, like have you guys? Because I never received a creepy one. I only see the normal ones, funny ones, maybe angry ones every now and then, or whatever, just in general. But creepy, like dark, I don't think I ever received any of them, let me be honest. Even like a prank phone call, like I never received one. I did the prank phone calling when I was younger. I remember a prank call the script club. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for watching this video today. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's begin the video. 10 most disturbing text messages ever received. Oof. Okay. The first one.
This happened during the middle of the night when I was home alone. I was in our house's living room when I felt my phone buzz from inside my pocket.
Okay.
I pulled it out and noticed it was a text from an unknown number. It simply read, "How's your show?" Now, I was in fact watching TV, but I thought it was either spam or someone that had the wrong number, so I deleted it and kept on with my night.
I would say, how is the show?
Around 10 minutes later, I got another text from the same number. This time it read, "Don't ignore me."
Oh my gosh.
I started to get kind of freaked out. That's when I got the last text. "I'll always be watching. Look outside." I looked out the living room window just to the left of me. Across the street, the light from a flashlight turned on in an upstairs window of one of the houses. I could see the vague silhouette of a person slowly waving.
Oh no.
The house he was in had been abandoned for at least a year up until that point.
Yeah, I'll call the police.
I called the police, and later on would follow a restraining order against what turned out to be some older guy. I still have no idea who he was or how he got my phone number.
Okay, first one.
I use dating apps somewhat frequently. This comes from the perspective of a female. I was talking to this one guy who kept insisting that we should meet tonight. I wasn't all that interested, so I started slowly responding less and less before I stopped responding altogether. After a while, I noticed he double texted me. Curious, I opened the app to see what he said. His character took a complete 180 flip. He said something about how he was just going to drive his car to come and find me. I refreshed the app and saw the distance drop from saying he was 20 miles away to 1 mile away.
Oh no.
Then the third text in a row. "I'm close now." I blocked his profile immediately and turned off all the lights in my apartment. I've since disabled the setting that allows the app to use my location.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy.
When I was in high school, I used to play a lot of CSGO. I remember one game in particular. It started out fine. The teammates I got paired up with were actually pretty nice. But later on we started losing, and one of them started getting really aggressive towards the rest of us. I remember I told him something like to calm down, or just to relax because it was just a game. That's when, directed at me, he said, "I'm going to kill you in real life." Obviously, I didn't take the threat seriously. After the game, he sent me a friend request. I accepted it, expecting him to trash talk and go off about how bad I was. Instead, he sent me my complete address, my dad's full name, and my phone number. I instantly blocked the account.
Oh my gosh.
I was beyond terrified. Especially when you consider the fact that CSGO is only playable on Steam, and Steam doesn't make any of your actual personal details publicly available.
I mean, it shouldn't even ask for that. I mean, I think they all should ask for it.
I was solo tent camping at a campground in the mountains. It was night, and I was laying in my tent on my phone. Now, if you don't know, Apple has this thing known as AirDrop. It's basically something that allows iOS devices to send photos, videos, or files to other nearby iOS devices without needing Wi-Fi or cellular data. A notification showed up on my phone, covering the whole middle section of the screen. It was an AirDrop request. It read, "iPhone would like to share a photo." Underneath that, it gave a smaller preview of the photo itself. The photo was dark, clearly taken at night. I turned my brightness to the max and could now make out a tent in the photo.
Oh no.
And also a text overlaying it reading, "I watch you in your sleep." I couldn't tell if the tent was mine. I was going to press accept so I could see the entire picture and get a better look.
Even if like your lover says that, like that's still
canceled the request before I could press it. I packed up my stuff in the dark and left that night. I was pretty shaken up over the whole experience.
I don't think nobody can say that, and that won't be creepy. Even a baby can watch you sleep, and I think I still find that creepy.
I run a small business in my area, which I have my personal phone number attached to. Basically, customers will reach out via text or sometimes a phone call to request an order. I'll then manually deliver the product to them at a predetermined meetup spot. One day, I got a text from a customer who I met up with about a week prior. I assumed it would just be a thank you or a review, as I often get those. I opened it, but oddly it just said, "I like your shirt." I remember specifically I was wearing a shirt with this Transformers logo on it at the time. The text was weird. I didn't really know how to respond, so I just texted back thanks. Almost immediately after I sent it, I got another text, this time saying, "I like Transformers too." My heart dropped. I was sitting at home at the time. I immediately got up and moved away from the window that was right next to me. I replied saying I was willing to call the police. I told him I had his number and remembered exactly what his face looked like. Realistically, this wasn't true. I had too many customers in my phone to keep track of. But this still seemed to work, as I never got another text back from him. This happened around the time my wife and I got our first apartment in the city. It was around Christmas time. We were both out of the house Christmas shopping together when I noticed two messages on my phone. One was notifying me of a missed call, and the other was a voicemail. I checked to see who it was from, and it was from our apartment's landline. We didn't live with anyone else, and on top of that, my phone was brand new, so no one even had my new number yet. We decided to listen to the voicemail, but it was no longer than a couple of seconds. All we could hear was the sound of someone hanging up the phone before it went quiet, followed by the dead tone. As far as we know, the only way someone could have used our landline was by entering our apartment, but nothing else came of the situation. We still don't know what exactly happened that day.
And that was pretty tame. It was creepy, but
I had just gotten back to my apartment from a night out at a couple of bars with a friend. I was in bed and drifting off to sleep. My phone went off. The same friend I was just out with had texted me. I unlocked my phone and went into our conversation. I read the text. Word for word, it read, "I think I killed him." I had no idea what he was talking about. It honestly scared me. I tried calling him multiple times, but each time he didn't answer. I ended up driving to his house to find he was asleep in bed. After banging on his door multiple times, he finally got up to open it. I confronted him about the text, but he swore he never sent that to me. The text didn't even show up on his phone either. I honestly still don't even know what to make of the whole situation.
I would've been nosy. I'm like,
sometime last year, I was on my phone when I noticed I got a message notification on Facebook. I opened it up, and it was probably some 20-year-old guy who said, "Are you my full legal name?" Now, no one really knows my full name, so I figured it had to be someone I knew. I opened his page and discovered he lived on the complete other side of the U.S. I checked for mutual friends. We didn't even have one. And based on what he looked like, I was 99% sure I had never met the guy. I ended up responding with something like, "Yeah, do I know you?" To this, he responded, "I am going to murder you." With one of those smiley faces at the end. I don't typically scare easy, but this shook me to my core. I reported the conversation to Facebook through the reporting system. But who knows if that actually did anything. As far as I'm aware, I still have him blocked. I was around 16 or 17 when this happened. I was on one of our school's buses in my gym clothes. I remember I was sitting in the back on my phone.
Love the backseat.
All of a sudden I got a text from an unsaved number with an area code I didn't recognize. I began reading the text. "Are you not cold in those thin clothes?" Immediately I looked up. It was cold outside, and like I mentioned, I was in my gym clothes. I kept looking around, but as far as I could tell, no one was even looking in my direction. I didn't think anyone in the bus even had my phone number. I was still looking around when I got another text. "Stop looking. you're not gonna find me. This genuinely scared me.
Oh, we're definitely on a
blocked the
bus
number
then.
and tried to forget about it.
They're definitely on a
Nothing more
bus.
ever happened.
Okay, that
I
one,
often
yeah,
get
like
off of
definitely
work late at
somebody had to be on
night.
a bus.
This night was no different. I live close to where I work, so I just walk. I was doing just that when I got a text. Turn around. I'm at the end of the street. I had the number in my contacts. It was a kid I vaguely knew from school. I turned around and saw headlights at the end of the street growing closer.
Nah,
I was extremely creeped out.
Man, you don't do that at
He pulled up
nighttime.
next to me. He insisted he give me a ride home, to which I sternly rejected. After much pleading, he eventually drove off. How he found out where I worked, and more importantly when my shift ended that day, I never found out.
I mean, he probably just, in terms of shift, he probably just sat there all day, you know? I don't like this long ending. Okay, wow, kind of scared now. I kind of regret watching these at nighttime. Because I'm currently watching this at nighttime. And I regret doing this now. Because I'm kind of, I mean, I don't scare easily. In terms of stuff like that, I guess, but then again I do. So yeah, pretty much I love horror movies, so I think if you love horror movies, like, you just have like this like immune shell to you in terms of like horror stuff. But if it happens in real life, you're probably more scared than somebody who hates scary movies, you know? So it just depends. But this was creepy. Yeah, most of the stories I think I would definitely just call the cops. Have a Glock with me, you know? Just, you know, sitting pretty next to me. Or if I don't have one, like a knife, a hammer, samurai sword, yeah, like something, you know, something sharp or something that can do damage. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna have a nightmare tonight, so thank you, myself, for wanting to watch this. If you guys want me to react to anything else that's similar to this, or like different in general, just let me know down in the comments down below. And yeah, that's about it. I enjoyed this, even though it creeped me out a little bit, but I still enjoyed it. So yeah, that's about it. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and yeah, peace.